Good.
Yeah. So, yes, it's very good. Hi, good morning. I'm Jen Dalton.
And I'm Bob Herzog. A newly minted Grammy winner is partnering up with the one and only Dolly Parton. We get into that ahead in our entertainment news.
Anything Dolly, I'm there for. Yep.
Amen.
Well, if you aren't watching for the football, you at least like the food and the commercials, right? Well, we're talking about the big game just ahead.
But first, let's see what's brewing in the tri-state. Let's get after it.
The big game. We all know what we're talking about with the big game.
I like it be anything.
I wish it was right here, though.
I like foosball.
And I wish it involved our team.
Yeah.
However, this involves our team in a different way. Okay, a proposal from the governor's office would double taxes on sports gaming in hopes to pay for projects like renovations at Paycor Stadium.
So right now, the tax rate on live sports gambling is 40%. And Governor DeWine thinks it should be 20%, and Governor DeWine thinks it should be 40%. The governor's proposal suggests the state could foot more of the bill on projects like renovations to Paycor. Hamilton County Commissioner Denise Driehaus says the county's been looking for the state to be financial partners for stadium renovations for months.
If we can carve out an amount for the Bengals for the stadium by way of the state part of the stack, then we can use that in the ongoing years. Maybe we can bond against it, and so it really helps us close that gap, and so we can do the renovations and the repairs.
Driehaus went on to say she is very grateful for the governor putting this tax hike in his proposed budget. She says now it just has to get through the legislature. So to put into perspective about how much money we're talking about here, last year, the state of Ohio brought in more than $300 million in tax revenue from sports books. Around 97% of these dollars were made off of bets placed online.
Wow, 97% were online.
So you're talking a lot of additional revenue, and when you start talking about the cost of something like this,
it's going to take a lot of that $317 million.
You can see where having other sources of monies to dip into, so to speak, would be very important. But you and I have talked about it a bunch of times. Because of some of the, I'll say, bitter feelings about how things went down when that stadium was first built, everybody is watching this very carefully. I'm curious to see. I'm not a sports bettor. I'm not really sort of into that world, so to speak. I'm wondering if those who are would feel overburdened by that falling strictly upon them per se. Do you know what I mean?
And I don't know. And again, this is clear that I'm not a sports betting person either. I don't know where the 40 or the 20% now comes from. Does it come from if you win $100, you have to pay 20% right now, and they're proposing the winnings be taxed? I don't understand that world very much.
I don't know if you're taxed up front on the wager that you make initially, as sort of almost like a cost of doing business.
Yeah, I don't know.
But either way, it's a lot of money.
Yep.
That we're talking about. But perhaps getting to that money in a way that is a bit more strategic in terms of who is bearing the brunt of it, rather than, say, people of Hamilton County or people of whatever municipality or municipalities.
It's something that we have not heard before.
Correct.
When talking about these.
Correct.
I will say, and I'm not for or against either way. Like I said, I don't even know. But 20 to 40, that's kind of a big jump.
It is a big jump.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, well, this is one of my favorite places in the tri-state. But is it the best in the country? I say yes, and you should vote if you agree with me. The Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Garden is up for an award for Best Botanical Garden in Newsweek's Readers Poll. It's facing up against 13 other parks for the top prize. In the description, Newsweek highlighted, of course, this here, the massive tulip displays in the spring and the zoo and botanical gardens sustainability efforts. If you would like to vote for the Cincinnati Zoo, here is your chance. Right now, we're going to make it easy for you. All you have to do is point your phone at this QR code on your screen, and it will take you directly to the Newsweek polls. We're just making it so easy for you. We also have it posted under the Get It section on local12.com. If you'd like to do that instead of scanning the QR code, you go to Local 12, you click on the three little lines, it'll take you down and you'll see a spot that says Get It, and there'll be an area there where you can click and vote that way if you'd like to do that too.
If there's one thing our website is, it's easily navigable. That's what I tell everybody.
You say that multiple times a day, all the time. That's
I'm
all
like, navigate right through. But the easiest way, honestly,
Yeah.
right there, QR code. And I love Zoo Blooms. I
do too.
love when everything starts popping like this. It really is gorgeous. Truly, truly
Oh,
gorgeous.
look at that. And see, this is what I love too. In addition
Are
to
those
Zoo
called
Blooms,
elephant ears?
they might
Because
be.
they should be.
You know what? There is a plant called elephant ear. I don't know
Oh.
if that one is exactly that or not. But what I do love about the zoo too is that when you're walking through, there are usually little signs there, right there,
That
See?
identify
That'll
what it is.
identify it for you,
And it
it'll
gives you
tell
the sciencey name too.
It does. And you
I
know,
love
did you know
that.
that they offer all kinds of classes too on horticulture and things? You can go in and you
Oh.
can learn about the plants there, and they have native plant classes, and you can take some home, and they do all kinds of great stuff there.
Bobby loves
See, I love
horticulture.
plants. I
know
love
you do.
plants. And
I know you do.
yeah, so I do love that part of it too.
I'm just ready for things to start blooming again. It's all great.
Yes,
It's just
oh my gosh, yesterday.
brown and dead, and I'm ready.
I know.
Rebirth and
Just
such.
looking at that,
I know.
all this beautiful color.
Soak it in, people. Soak it in.
Okay, well, a big party today will celebrate two very good pups.
I want to pet them.
I know. Look at him.
Yeah.
Good boys. Look at the one with the bow tie. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Cincinnati Children's is throwing a retirement party to honor the careers of Chevy and Elika. Elika, is that right?
Elika.
Both started in 2016. So Elika has supported numerous patients throughout their procedures, and Chevy has spent countless hours making friends at the inpatients unit at the Burnett campus. Both will still be ambassadors, making visits special
When I
for special events.
saw this video earlier, I said I can feel what that feels like to pet them. Like in
Yes.
my head. Like I know you get all up in there. You know what I mean?
Oh, look, we're getting a close up of somebody else
That's
getting through the,
all.
the good old good boys.
Yeah. Good doggos. Happy retirement to you both.
I've always wanted a golden retriever.
I know, they're so pretty.
They are.
Hey, the entire Cincinnati Cyclones team, this is very cool.
Oh, we love this.
Surprised a local sled hockey team. They showed up to the nonprofit Cincinnati Icebreakers practice Monday night to show their support. So the Icebreakers are a team of 5 to 40-year-olds who are unable to skate in a standing position due to physical challenges. They were shocked and excited when the Cyclones walked in and got to spend some time with the players. Cyclones head coach Jason Payne says it was just as exciting for his players to come to the rink.
People that enjoy the sport of hockey. Sled hockey is another version of it. These guys, understand now that they're very fortunate, to have the mobility of their legs and go out there and skate, enjoy, play the sport they love. But to see the other people out here doing the same thing.
Now
The Icebreakers travel all across the Midwest to participate in weekend tournaments.
we both love this story so much we both wanted to tell it.
I wanted to finish it. She wanted to finish it. It's fantastic.
And I love this for so
Sheila
many
wanted to.
reasons. Also because I didn't know about this team. So
The Icebreakers?
No, I didn't know about the Icebreakers.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty neat.
what a great way to introduce people like me to that, but also to go out and learn from them. The Cyclones are learning from them and just embracing them, and I just think it's so great.
And apparently, they try to keep the cost pretty low
Yeah,
for
that's
people who come in. Because you can imagine if you have to have special adaptive equipment and whatever. One of those things that's a win all the way around. We do like that. It is almost 9 minutes after 8. We're celebrating Black History Month, and just ahead, our Kyle Inskeep gives us another little history lesson.
And speaking of history, we hear how you can preserve your family's story for future generations. That's next on Arc Cincinnati.
Person, place, or thing.
Is this thing gelatinous?
How dare you?
5 days a week. Today at 5 on Star 64.
If you design men's underwear, you'd make them what?
You either nail it
Comfortable.
or fail it.
Velcro.
You ain't put no Velcro on us down there. Wax yourself.
Family Feud, nailing it 5 times a week.
Family Feud. Tonight starting at 5:30 on Star 64.
Ever feel like a spectator in your own life with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. In a survey, 91% of users wish they'd started sooner. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Chronic migraine may still keep you from being there. Ask your doctor about Botox today. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Relax, recline, unwind. Big Sandy Superstore is practically the world headquarters for furniture that reclines. Say goodbye to upright and uptight. Hello to reclining furniture. Pick your style. We have the best selection of recliners, sofas, love seats, modular reclining sectionals. Any way you want it, we got it. And right now, with special financing options and fast delivery, you could be reclining sooner than you think at Big Sandy Superstore.
Oh, look, it's the Little Miami Conservancy Eagle Cam. Gosh, I just am obsessed with these cameras. And of course, we have two around here. We have the Little Miami and we had the Cardinal Land Conservancy. And we're getting a look there at one of the eagles just kind of hanging out, maybe looking for some breakfast this morning. Part of the nest you can see on the right-hand side of your screen. And the camera, when they turn it, sometimes you'll be able to see them actually in the nest. And at this part of the season, we're told that they're cleaning out the nest. They're getting it ready. Thanks, Tana, for giving us a look at that this morning. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. Well, these are lessons you may not have heard in history class, but this month we are celebrating the
Black History Month, sponsored by McDonald's.
Lincoln Heights was the first self-governing African-American community north of the Mason-Dixon line. This community started to take shape in the early 1920s when lots of land were sold to black families. At one point, Lincoln Heights was the largest majority African-American community, full dozens of businesses, 2 skating rinks, and fire and police departments. Several notable figures came out of Lincoln Heights, including the Isley Brothers and Nikki Giovanni. I'm Kyle Linsky, and that's your Black History Fact of the Day.
I love that Kyle is doing those, and he brings us such great information.
And they're such like nice sort of bite-sized pieces, so we can get one on every single day for you, which is great. And when we talk about Black history, you usually hear about names like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, but every person has a story, and Ohio historians want to help you preserve your family's history. Tonight, the Ohio History Connection will be hosting an online webinar called I'm the Family Historian. Now what? During the class, experts from the National Afro-American Museum and Cultural Center will show you how to create a step-by-step plan to explore family legacy using online and offline resources. In the Black community, incomplete or missing records can pose unique challenges for family genealogists, and this class hopes to address that. The webinar starts at 7. But you do need to register in advance, and we have details on how you can do that at local12.com. You just look for the Get It links, and off you go.
That's really neat right there. And families also pass down their history through food. And a dinner celebrating African-American cuisine is happening tonight in Over the Rhine. An organization called Northern Kentucky Inclusive Students in Education is hosting an event called High on the Hog, a Black History dinner. It will be at Soul Secrets near the corner of 15th and Vine, and just look at some of the food that is going to be there. Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. There will be a discussion about each dish and its history with NKU history professor Dr. David Childs. How neat is that? And the ticket price also includes a cookbook you can get to take home with you. Dinner starts at 6 this evening. Again, we have more info on this Black History dinner at local12.com. I think that is such a great idea because food is such a huge part of all of our lives, and especially family, you know, and there are so many dishes that I think get passed down from generation to generation, and sometimes you don't know what the history of that is.
Right.
And to have an actual historian who can be there and say, well,
sort of break it
I
down.
know a little bit about this, and then have a cookbook so you can go home and try to make it yourself.
Super smart.
Love it.
8:14, big eats for the big game. We give you the 411 on Super Bowl snacking. Snacking. That's next on Arc Cincinnati. I don't know why I said that way. I want that wing in my face right now.
Life's better when your dreams are protected under our roof.
Good to see everything's okay in here.
I like your shield.
I like yours too.
My cap!
American
If you're a Warren County veteran who needs help obtaining VA benefits, transportation to medical appointments, or emergency financial assistance, Warren County Veteran Services is here to serve you. Look out for our new outreach vehicle traveling throughout Warren County and learn more about how Warren County Veteran Services Office can help veterans and their families while also providing a direct link to local, state, and federal veterans benefits. We're veterans helping veterans. To learn more, call Warren County Veteran Services Office at 513-69.
Two things all homeowners look for: experience and someone local, or home team, bringing over 35 years in business, and they'll be here until the cows come home. Sorry. So if you're home alone and you smell something musty or damp in your basement, call EverDry Waterproofing for a home inspection before you get homesick. Remember, it's not dry
until it's EverDry.
Looking for the best deals during tax season? Long's Furniture has everything you need with incredible deals, including bedrooms, living rooms, home offices, dining rooms, kids' bedrooms, mattresses, and more. Long's Furniture also offers free layaway, no credit needed financing, and enjoy your new furniture. Create the perfect space without breaking the bank. Only at Long's Furniture.
Building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works. See, that's how it works.
Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
At Jen, she's excited, and we're both pumped up about the Super Bowl gonna happen. Oh, that's aggressive music. Hey,
that's Superdome.
That's
isn't it?
New Orleans, the Caesar Superdome, the sun shining brightly on New Orleans right now. A big week, obviously, leading up to the big game. And if you've been tapped into the NFL fandom this season, you probably heard a whole lot of, conspiracies. Right? Scripts. This happened because of this, that for that. The games are rigged. Playoffs are scripted. The union leader for NFL referees says accusations of bias are insulting. The NFL Referees Association executive director put out a statement saying online allegations about favoritism toward the Kansas City Chiefs are, quote, conspiracy theories. He adds officiating crews do not work the same team more than twice each regular season. The statement comes after some high-profile calls during the playoffs seem to favor the Chiefs. Meantime, the Chiefs have been penalized for 100 more yards than any other teams in the regular season and playoffs since the start of the 2022 playoffs. So I guess the argument is they actually have been penalized than everyone else, some of which are still not being called. I think would be.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but some penalties have not been called in key moments that could have been. Some things were overlooked, or sometimes some things happened that were like,
I think the key moment thing is what you say. Sometimes it's not the amount of calls. Sometimes it's the moment when the call happens. Very similar in college basketball. Sometimes a call will happen right where one team is grabbing momentum and it just shuts it down. I think fair or unfair, I think Patrick Mahomes and calls that he gets or does not get tend to draw a lot of attention as well. I have, on a couple of occasions, referenced, for better or for worse, and I don't know if this is the best comparison or not, but when Michael Jordan was at the absolute height of Michael Jordan-ness, you know what I mean? Some people would suggest that maybe he got calls that other people didn't get or did not get called for things that other people would get called for because he was Michael Jordan, the absolute best.
More eyes are on you?
Not just more eyes are on you, but the expectation level is you're doing that the way it's supposed to be done or at a level other people can't. And sometimes maybe you end up getting the benefit of a call as a result. Yeah, and I don't know if that's what's happened with Pat Mahomes or not. But let's face it, whether you like Kansas City or not, they're about to try to win their third Super Bowl in a row. Right? They're on top until somebody knocks them off the mountain. So somebody got to knock them off the mountain.
Come on, Eagles Nation.
a different kind of Eagle cam than the one out there at the Little Miami Conservancy.
Can we have that on Monday if they win?
That's what you're one that's just watching Saquon just go out there and rip off, 30-yard runs, that kind of thing. But
well, it's interesting. I don't know.
No, it is, and I get it, especially with calls about roughing the passer. because for us, I think we're all sensitive around here about Joe getting hit.
Cincinnati fans are
You know what I mean?
sensitive,
We're sensitive about Joe Burrow taking hits that we go, wait a minute.
How is that not a penalty?
If that was so-and-so, that sure seems like it would have been a flag.
I think every single game that I watched with my fantasy football league this year, I heard that phrase uttered. If that had been Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I don't know either. But you've got the whole team, your team, coming over to watch Sunday's Super Bowl. You don't want to go into that paying for food.
Okay, so Melanie Hastings has some details on what you can expect to shell out for your spread this year.
From nachos to buffalo wings, your Super Bowl food bill can add up fast. Many will be chomping down on chicken wings. The National Chicken Council estimates Americans will eat 1.45 billion chicken wings during Super Bowl 59. That breaks down to 4 wings for every person in the country. This year, chicken is expected to cost slightly lower than last year. Look for prices in the $3 to $6 a pound range. Chili is another Super Bowl favorite. You'll need ground beef, and those prices are higher this year. You'll pay on average $5 to $13 per pound, depending on the type of beef, how lean it is, and whether it's organic. Pizza is another fan favorite. An estimated 12.5 million pizzas will be ordered on Super Bowl Sunday. You can make your own for about $4 to $5 or order from your favorite pizza parlor for an average of $15 per pie. Now, you got to have chips and dip, from salsa to guacamole to hummus. You may want to avoid guacamole this year as avocado prices are higher. And finally, beverages to wash it all down. The average price for soda, just over $2 for a 2-liter bottle. If you were to buy a soda at a concession stand at the big game, you would easily shell out $6 to $9 a glass. And beer, you'll pay an average of $1.75 for a pint at the grocery store. A beer at the Super Bowl would cost between $14 and $18.
Gosh. Well, adding it all up, the average adult apparently is expected to spend between $85 and $90 on Super Bowl food and drinks at home this year, according to the National Retail Federation, I guess.
I'm very fortunate. My neighbor has a Super Bowl party every year, and it's amazing.
Well, I get that if you're the one hosting the party.
Right. But even then, I think everybody brings stuff, though.
Yeah,
like, we bring
that's
stuff.
what I mean. Everybody brings
Right.
a little. I'm just going to bring some dip.
Got to have some.
I'm going to bring guacamole, just because she said not to.
Oh.
Because I love guacamole. And
You seem like, did that upset you?
well, she didn't say not to. She just said be aware, I guess, that avocado prices are higher, which is true. But I love guacamole. I eat avocados every day.
You know what I love?
What?
That Avocados from Mexico commercial from a few years ago that I think
Are we allowed to
aired
sing it?
during
Because
the
it's not-
I don't know. Probably
we
not.
probably can't.
Probably can't.
'Cause I really like
But
to
it was a
sing that
great.
one.
It was a
It
great
was.
commercial. Speaking of great commercials, great googly moogly.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, well, gander this way, Jen Dalton. It's official. Ohio-born filmmaker Dylan Bradshaw and his best friend Nate Norrell won the Doritos Crash the Super Bowl contest. They created this ad featuring an alien abduction trying to get those tasty Doritos. Bradshaw and Norrell won that 30-second spot in the big game along with a $1 million prize.
Ooh.
Way to go, gentlemen.
Now, Dylan's name sounds familiar. Did he do one before? Was he? You know how they've done
maybe
this contest?
he might have been one
of
of the finalists before. I don't know that. I don't know that for sure. I don't know that for sure.
But congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, what does that mean for your future as a creator?
Yeah.
Not only to have that as a nice bullet point on your resume, but to have a nice, cool $1 million as well.
We're splitting it, right? There were 2 of them.
There were 2 of them.
Still, that's a lot.
Split it, and there'll be taxes.
But to have that on your resume.
Oh.
I mean.
Produced Super Bowl commercial, pretty much on my own. Just kind of did it. Pretty awesome.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, congrats. And if you only watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, which is what many people do, you are not alone. A 2022 study by tech startup
Advocado.
I was like, wait a minute, did you just put that in there?
I see what you did there.
Advocado found that 42% of those surveyed tune in for the advertisements rather than the game. And if you fall into that category, this might be for you. CBS is hosting an interactive special tonight on Local 12. You'll be able to pick the funniest Super Bowl commercial of all time. Now, in its 24th year, the show celebrates the Super Bowl commercials that have kept America laughing during the big game. Host Nate Burleson, because why not Nate? He's doing everything else. And Danella Rao will narrow down a list of ads And you can vote for your favorite Super Bowl greatest commercials, funniest of all time, airs tonight at 9 on Local 12. So that's got to be our question of the day at the end of the commercial. At the end of the show. What's your favorite Super Bowl commercial?
Can I tell you a thing that we've been doing lately with the commercials that is that I don't love?
Okay.
We've seen so many of them before the Super Bowl ever happens now.
Yeah, I did love the Dunk Kings.
Yeah. Well, and there's a new one this year.
Kings.
There's a new Dunk Kings this year.
But see, again, we've seen part of it already.
Exactly. I don't know. I guess we have teasers for commercials now, but sometimes I feel like they just play the whole commercial.
And it takes. Then I don't want to watch because then I walk away and I'm like, I've already seen it.
I've already seen it. Why do I want to see it again? I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, Darth Vader Kid.
Darth Vader Kid's
amazing.
And anything Clydesdale usually still one the babe. But see, we've seen it.
I still like those frogs too. Budweiser.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah.
Was the Real American?
Real American. Yeah, that one.
Did that debut?
I don't know. I don't know if that
debuted. Do you remember that? Those were
I
great.
do. That was a great series of
I'm
commercials.
trying to think of some of the other ones, but
yeah.
So start thinking because that'll probably be our question of the day.
I would say we're going to lean right into that at the end of the show. It's 8:27. Learn to be a leader. We chat with one of our friends who is hosting a conference about finding your confidence and embracing your inner leader. Good job, buddy. Boom. Just embrace my inner leader. We'll be right back.
From all over the world, people turn to Cleveland Clinic for our expertise and our compassionate care. As leaders in heart, neurology, and cancer, the future of specialty care is happening right now at Cleveland Clinic. For every life-saving treatment, for every care in the world. For appointments and second opinions, call 833-523-CARE.
It's never been easier to replace your kitchen appliances with the ultimate kitchen bundle at Big Sandy Superstore. What's a kitchen bundle? Choose your fridge, choose your range, dishwasher, and microwave. Pick the finish you love and upgrade individual pieces to fit your needs. Need a French door fridge? Done. Wall oven and cooktop? You got it. When you bundle, you save hundreds. Whirlpool 4-piece kitchen bundle starting at $19.99 at Big Sandy Superstore.
Winter is here, sending temperatures in one direction and your utility bills in another. Not this year. This year, you take control. PwC can help. Keep the cold out by letting the pros in. We'll inspect, wrap, and blast the drafts, keeping you safe. As our trained professionals work, you save. There's never a good time of year to throw away money. That's why our services are at no cost to you if you qualify. Call us today and let people working cooperatively help you put the win back in winter.
Tired of your old kitchen cabinets? Joyful Cabinet Painting can bring back joy to the heart of your home. Right now, get 0% down, 0% interest for 12 months, or free decorative hardware up to $500. Elevate your everyday spaces with Joyful Cabinet Painting.
How did I ever miss this?
Before you were preventing migraine with Qulipta? You'll never truly forget migraine, but Qulipta reduces attacks, making more zero migraine days possible. It's approved to prevent migraine to help give you that forget you get migraine feeling. Don't take if allergic to Qulipta. Get help right away for serious allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, lip, or tongue swelling, itching, or rash, which may occur when taking Qulipta or days after. Common side effects include nausea, constipation, and sleepiness. Learn how AbbVie could help you save. Qulipta, the forget you get migraine medicine.
A mysterious disappearance on Halloween reveals a nightmare scenario. Dateline.
Tonight at 8 on Star 64.
Good morning and welcome back. I'm Jen Dalton.
And I'm Bob Herzog. Thanks for joining us here on ARC Cincinnati. You know, leaders come in all shapes and sizes and styles. And a conference hosted right here in the Tri-State aims to help leaders be the best they can be.
Yes, and our friend Kristen Getty, the CEO of Live to Lead, is here to talk about tomorrow's gathering. Good morning.
Good morning.
Always good to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's good to see.
When you walk into a room, sunshine just comes with you.
It does.
I like that you say that. I say that all.
You definitely get that from you for sure.
Let's dive into. It feels like that's one of the lessons of the upcoming conference. But what are you looking to accomplish, and who are you hoping to help with this gathering?
fantastic question. So Live to Lead is a one-day event experience. It happens all across the nation. It is a simulcast. We're doing a rebroadcast. It's a John Maxwell event, the #1 leadership expert in the United States. He's amazing, and I have the good fortune of being on that team, and I get to travel the world with him doing values-based leadership. So once a year, we host this event, Live to Lead. I do the local version, which is called Global to Local, so we take the global amazing speakers, we bring them here locally via video, and then we do applications. So our event's a lot different because I really like to mastermind those speakers. It's one thing when you go to an event and you get all excited, you hear the speakers and they're inspiring, and then you leave and you're like, that was really cool. I want to go back again next year, but you don't make the application.
Right. What do I do with that now?
In the in-between time.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
So what we do is we take the speakers and we mastermind them. And I follow this acronym, ACT, A-C-T. What action can you take? What change can you make? And who can you teach something to? Because if you teach it,
you learn it.
You learn it.
Yes.
You learn it. And so like we have these sponsors such as Tente Casters, Great American Insurance, who have been sponsors of ours from the first year that we started doing this here locally. They love it so much. They're bringing more and more of their people to attend the event. They're continuing. Cool. They're like our anchor sponsors, right? So they're bringing more and more of their people because they see the value in growing the leaders. But it's not just for leaders at a corporate level. We have lots of nonprofits, large nonprofits, small nonprofits that are attending. And then also like stay-at-home moms.
Well, that was going to be my question to you, was this sounds
a leader,
right.
Per se.
I don't think of myself as a leader, but this sounds like something I'd like to be a part of. Is this for everybody?
100% is. So John Maxwell says that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
So think about this. The first person that you have to lead is the person on your driver's license. So you're always leading someone. If you're running a household, you're managing your kids, right? If you're in your community, things like that, guess what? You're still leading people. But the hardest person to lead is ourselves. So this event helps to inspire people. Our speakers this year are amazing. Michael Jr., the comedian, off the chain, amazing. Shantae Lowe, Olympic athlete.
Wow.
And breast cancer survivor, inspiring. So we're talking about things like abundance and resilience and mindset. Who doesn't need those things, right? Even if you don't feel like you're a leader, you could be inspired by attending this event. And of course, making some ACT, action, change, and teaching someone.
I always like to ask with an event like this, since you've done it so many times, you've had feedback by now.
Mm-hmm.
You've had success stories at this point. Can you give us an example of what somebody who has gone through this before was able to act on after they left the conference?
Oh my gosh. So
yeah, you're going through the portfolio.
Which one do I want to use? So John Maxwell, of course, has been the anchor for us as a speaker because it's his event, right? So last year he came in and he was talking about some leadership values. People started asking me some questions about that, and now they're bringing me into the organizations to train their leaders on the same content. So that's where the rubber meets the road, right? Is like, it's a lot of enlightenment. So if our sponsor says, hey, I need you to come in and I want you to talk to these leaders because they just don't see themselves as that right now. So it's empowering people to understand what leadership is and then how to apply it.
So this is great for companies, it's great for nonprofits, it's great for, like you said, anybody who wants self-improvement. If people want to find out more information, are there still slots available? How do they find out and sign up?
Absolutely. So live2leadnky.com, and that's the number 2, live2leadnky.com. The event takes place tomorrow. It's from 8 to 3. Cocktails start at 3 if you want to join us.
Okay, there you go.
Got the website up on screen right now.
Yeah, and we have a fireside chat that happens at 2 o'clock with some local leaders who will be talking about, like, what does the ecosystem look like moving forward in the future? We just had an inauguration just 2 weeks ago. There's lots of changes that are taking place. So what does that mean for our businesses? What do those tariffs mean for our businesses? So our people are going to be talking about the insights into that. And that's our local people, some really amazing people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Speaking of amazing people, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you.
Oh my gosh.
It's good to see you.
And thank you for sharing all that great information and all you do in the community. So. Thanks.
All right. 8:35. Well, he is.
See the world through Sheldon Vision.
My brain is better than everybody's!
The Big Bang Theory. Tonight is 7 on Star 64.
On the next Young Sheldon.
There's a theory that no black when you're abnormal.
The only thing I need is a cold beer.
This guy knows how to party.
The next Young Sheldon.
tonight at 7:30.
Hi, we're Upstreet, the local family-owned business that wants to buy your as-is house for cash. Is your home damaged or in foreclosure?
It doesn't matter, we'll buy it.
Have a rundown rental, inherited a house, or just want out of the home you live in?
It doesn't matter, we'll buy it.
We're here to help with any situation.
Plus you don't pay any fees.
That's right. It doesn't matter the situation. We'll buy your house for cash. Give us a call. We'd love to see your house in person today. Call 513-750-1111.
Open the door to a new career opportunity with PDQ Doors. Apply today at mypdqdoor.com. PDQ Doors is the leading garage door company in the area and offers incredible benefits with competitive pay. Apply today, mypdqdoor.com.
Looking for the best deals during tax season? Long's Furniture has everything you need with incredible deals, including bedrooms, living rooms, home offices, dining rooms, kids' bedrooms, mattresses, and more. Long's Furniture also offers free layaway, no credit needed financing, and same-day delivery, so you don't have to wait to start enjoying your new furniture. Create the perfect space without breaking the bank. Only at Long's Furniture.
Volunteer today to help over 3,500 kids in Cincinnati that have been removed from their homes due to abuse and neglect. ProKids trains and supports community volunteers to stand up for kids and help them thrive. ProKids Vision is a safe, permanent, and nurturing home for every child.
1, 2, 3. Hey, the numbers are in. The music world helped raise more than $120 million to benefit those affected by the Los Angeles wildfires. The Fire Aid concert last week is on track in and of itself to bring in more than $100 million. The rest of the money came in during the Grammy telecast over the weekend and at events before the awards ceremony. A representative for the Recording Academy said the money raised will go to several organizations, including the California Community Foundation. The funds will be available for immediate needs as well as long-term recovery from the wildfires. $120 million, that's no joke. That's big money.
No joke.
I remember when I heard $7 million came in from the Grammy Awards itself. And I thought, well, that's a great amount. But to think 120 when you combine the Fire Aid benefit concert with that, with some of the different events they did beforehand, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Hopefully going to help a lot of people, but they still need a heck of a lot beyond that.
I was just going to say, when you look at those images that we just saw and think that sadly, $120 million will probably only make a dent in rebuilding that.
Oh, I can't even imagine what that dollar amount looks like.
Yeah. Well, but thank you to everybody who donated and is making that recovery happen. Well, we talked about this little movie a little bit yesterday. If you're looking for a romantic comedy that also brings the action, this film just might check all your boxes. Here's a preview of Ki Hui Huan in Love Hurts.
Lethal at all until you mess with him and then you realize he's a true badass.
What do you want, Rose?
A secured outcome, no matter the cost.
She is unapologetically confident, and she has this acceptance of the unknown. And she's like, I don't know where the chips are gonna fall, but I'll put certain things in place, and now we're gonna see.
She's incredible. And she is so good with action. I'm surprised that, this is her first time doing something like this.
There was a real sense of mutual admiration that grew into a great partnership.
Okay, two things. That is the first time I've ever heard a Celine Dion song used in an action film in a sequence like that, which is fantastic. And I love the fact that he says when people, don't think that you're going to be an action star and then you come and bring the force and bring the action. That's my favorite type.
There's people who you don't know like at all that for whatever reason you're happy when things are going well for them.
Yeah.
He is one of those people. I don't know why, but this moment in time for him where all of a sudden you go as, this child actor who does really well, was in really huge movies and everybody loved it, that disappeared, and is now back and crushing it. I love it.
I know.
I just think it's great.
I want to see that.
Yeah, that looks fun.
It looks really fun.
Oh, third time's a charm. At least that's what Marvel Studios is banking on for the new Fantastic Four movie.
Maybe the fourth time it'll be a charm.
Oh, fantastic even. Marvel Entertainment provided this trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps. This movie will introduce Marvel's first family Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, Human Torch, and the Thing into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. These heroes are forced to defend the planet from a space god's plan to destroy Earth. The film stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ralph Ineson. The film is scheduled to debut in theaters on July 25th. And the aesthetic of the film, it just looks, it has a look and a vibe and an era that just is perfect.
It looks really
well done.
Yeah.
I hope.
I love Pedro Pascal. I think he's having like a...
Oh, he's crushing too right now.
I don't want to say a moment because his moment has been going on for quite a while now, but he's...
Did you see the shadow of Galactus right there?
I don't know which one is Galactus.
Did you see?
I'm sorry.
Well, he casts a big shadow.
Okay. It looks really neat.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know all
it gives a what the future was going to look like in the 1960s vibe.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they were going. Very Jetsons kind of almost feel to it on top of everything else. I just think it's going to be fun. I can't wait.
I'll check it out for sure.
Yeah.
Well, here's your first look at Hurry Up Tomorrow. It's the film debut of Abel Tesfaye, better known as The Weeknd. That's right. He plays a musician with insomnia who begins to unravel the very core of his existence. Jenna Ortega and Barry Keoghan co-star. Tesfaye also co-wrote the script for the film, which arrives in theaters May 16th. Now, the film accompanies his 6th album of the same name, which was released at the end of last month. His music is great, and I know this will be the first time I've seen him act outside of a music video, but I know he's really great in his videos, and he's very theatrical.
He's an artiste.
He's an artiste.
He's one of those artistes, you know? How they're artistes?
Yes.
I feel like he's one of them artistes. Right?
Everything is.
Right?
He can do everything.
Right.
Artistically.
And he's got the new music out as well. So we're talking about all these people that are just kind of having moments right now. And The Weeknd is having a moment. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is. Okay. Another turbulent tale is in theaters now. Macbeth, filmed for the big screen during its run at London's Dalmar Warehouse. David Tennant, Cushiongo. It's only screening in the greater Cincinnati area at the AMC Newport on Levee there tonight and then again on Sunday. If you want to check it out, it's really interesting, I think, when you see something that was intentionally filmed on stage to make that work, because it doesn't always work. But I'll tell you what, Hamilton's just going to say, boy, did they do that right. Holy
right, and I
cow.
wasn't sure when I saw Hamilton how I would like it. I mean, everybody was raving about it, and I'm like, I don't know, a film
of something on stage.
It just hadn't really sat well with me before.
Right.
But I was like, I've got to see this because everybody's talking about this, and I didn't have a chance to go to Broadway at the time.
Right.
So,
but the way they hit it at different angles, and looks very much like what they were able to do there as well.
Yeah.
So, and anything that can make Shakespeare a little bit more accessible, I think is a good thing.
Our mourning dove is back.
Oh.
I thought the bird had disappeared, but I was just hearing it cooing.
Oh.
So maybe it's just waking up.
Hello, little bird.
Somebody asked on our Messenger the other day, why don't we fill in the hole in the top of the
We've
ceiling?
asked them not to.
And we just...
We like it.
You have?
Yep.
We're not sure.
Don't you patch that hole. I like to feel nature on my face.
Don't say that, or that mourning dove is going to come across and dump some nature right up.
Yeah, maybe that wouldn't be so good.
Yeah. All right, well, the dress code for this year's Met Gala, which is Bob's favorite.
I love it so much.
It's out. And the theme is Tailored for You. It's a nod to the accompanying exhibit focusing on suiting and menswear. For the first time in more than 20 years, the focus is exclusively on menswear, specifically black style over the centuries. And the Met Gala takes place May 5th. Super fine tailoring black style will be open to the public from May 10th through October 26th.
So
Bob and I have those matching outfits.
Yesterday, the ladies, or maybe it was Monday, I guess, you went through and you talked about the fashions.
Did LeBron show up in a jean jacket?
The fashions at the Grammys. And some may have noted that I was not part of that particular segment.
Was that by design? Did you not want to be part of it?
I think we could lean into
I think
that.
you would look great in this.
I just want to lean into the idea that I should have nothing to do with describing fashion. I don't understand. I can offer nothing to the conversation.
You
no,
can
I
offer
can't.
Opinions
But I can't.
Everybody has one. And
Look at my leg hair right now. It's just out there for the
thank
world
you.
to see. See what I mean? That's why I should have nothing to do with any of those discussions.
You never know.
I promise you. I wear these things when I hike.
See, I would never have known. Yeah, they're tailored for you. See, you could be in the exhibit.
No, I could look at my ankle. That's weird. Do I have a bone spur?
No, that's your ankle bone.
What is that?
Come on.
It's popping out
I think
there
you
a lot,
should be
though.
part. I would like to hear your commentary on some of these.
No,
outfits.
it's better if I don't.
Okay.
I still can't get over the guy the other day who was wearing a castle on his head.
Yeah, I didn't love that.
I don't understand it.
That's
I mean, it's
the point
fine.
of it.
Is it?
Yes. It's camp. It's to be over the top. It is to be.
He's
Morning
wearing
Dove liked
he's
it.
wearing a castle on his head.
I know. I didn't like it. Just because I didn't like it doesn't.
All right.
You know. I don't know.
All right.
We're talking about it.
Hey.
That's the point of it. What you're talking about.
Jolene
I bet you like the lady with no dress on.
meets. I did not. I found it untoward.
I did too. Just so you know, all three ladies, we gave it a 0 out of 10 on our scale.
Again, it's probably best that I wasn't there. Jolene meets Juno in a collaboration between Pop's It Girl and the Queen of Country.
We love this.
Sabrina Carpenter announced on Instagram she's releasing an expanded version of her breakthrough album, and it features music legend Dolly Parton. Carpenter says it's a thank you present to her fans after a huge night at the Grammys. The singer took home Song of the Year for Please, 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 as well as Best Pop Vocal Album for Short and Sweet. The deluxe edition of that album comes out on the sweetest day of the year,
Aw,
Valentine's Day.
Sweet ladies there.
Love
I'm
Dolly.
assuming Sabrina is sweet. Not that I've ever met Dolly, but we all just love her. And they just seem like a great
I wonder how that happens. Like, does Sabrina call Dolly, or do Sabrina's people call Dolly's people?
Somebody in
Like, how does that
publicity
work?
maybe has an idea, and then
Okay.
definitely the people call the people.
Call
Or maybe
Dolly.
they call each other. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what
Dolly
they do.
seems like the kind of person that would be like, I like that
I
Sabrina.
like that.
Somebody, give me the phone.
Give her.
And then, I don't know.
I don't know.
That's
Doesn't
not a good
really-
Dolly, but
You call Dolly. This just in. You call Dolly's people.
you do?
That's what
Tanner
Tanner.
says?
That's what
Okay.
Tanner said. I feel like Tanner would know.
He probably
Tanner, do
would.
you know why the guy had the castle on his head?
It's art, see?
Yeah. Okay. It's 8:50. We'll be back. Maybe I'll have a castle on my head.
There's a lot of things you can put on your head back here.
All right.
Football helmets.
Type 2 diabetes? Discover the Ozempic Trizone. I got the power of 3. I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight.
In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
I'm under 7.
Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as stroke, heart attack, or death in adults also with known heart disease.
I'm lowering my risk.
And adults lost up to 14 pounds. Diabetes or children. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are breastfeeding, pregnant, or plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflammation of pancreas, gallbladder problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking with the sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Living with type 2 diabetes?
That's about the power of 3 with Ozempic.
Can I have another pancake?
From full house to empty nest to free birds. Vanguard.
We got this.
50 years of helping you invest for every chapter.
Not sure how to hire a lawyer after a car accident? Call Young, Reverman, and Bolliton. We'll walk you through it. Think it's too expensive? Here's a fact. You pay nothing up front for our services, nothing. We simply don't get paid until you do. When you're our client, it's free to talk to us whenever you need to. You can come see us, get case updates, ask for advice, and get your questions answered, all for free. Get the facts and the help you need after an accident. Call Young, Reverman, and Bolliton.
Relax, recline, unwind. Big Sandy Superstore is practically the world headquarters for furniture that reclines. Say goodbye to upright and uptight. Hello to reclining furniture. Pick your style. We have the best selection of recliners, sofas, love seats, modular reclining sectionals. Any way you want it, we got it. And right now, with special financing options and fast delivery, you could be reclining sooner than you think at Big Sandy Superstore.
Please do not go anywhere because Bob has created some avant-garde looks that you'll need to see here. So we wanted to take a live look outside, and you can see we've got those overcast skies this morning. It is cold if you're getting ready to head out. And I know for winter it is not, relatively that cold, but when we had 70 degrees and sunny the other day, right now it is 33. So definitely bundle up because that 33 feels much colder than it was. Okay. So, Tanner. Well, that your entrance. You made an entrance.
Wasn't professionally designed.
Tanner in the commercial break challenged Bob to make a headpiece that he felt was up to par.
It's got a blast shield
with Jaden's
in the front. Boom.
Castle head.
It's too sunny out. Boom.
See, it's utilitarian. That's what I'm going to call it.
That's what it is. And this up. Oh, my mic's not on anymore either?
Oh, your mic's not on. That's okay. I'll read this.
There
it's
it is. I found it.
You got it?
Yeah.
I'm going to read this anyway.
Okay.
So while Bob is showing us his utilitarian piece of art there, he's clipping the microphone to it. In all seriousness, Gip or Bowl of Caring. Local 12 is partnering with Kroger and the Free Store Food Bank in this annual effort to relive hunger in the tri-state. Instead of betting on one of the teams or one team or the other, bet on a sure thing. The good feeling that you will have when you scan this code and make a donation to feed families who have fallen on hard times. We know things are really expensive right now. Any amount will help us tackle hunger and make you feel like a winner. You can also help by rounding up when you check out at area Kroger store. So that's a great way to 34 cents. You can round up to $11. Okay. So let's give me, everybody will have a story behind their art piece. So tell me about yours.
Well, I saw these two tubes over there, and then I got some tape from Antoine, and that's how it came
your
together.
Art came together.
That's right.
Sometimes art just happens. It just comes to you. Oh.
Hey, time to. Well, that's unfortunate.
Okay, we want to talk about yesterday's question at end of show post. I can't remember what it was.
It was about Super Bowl snacks.
Oh, Super Bowl snacks. What Super Bowl snack do you have to have at your Super Bowl party? And Connie says, we always have Skyline dip. My granddaughter, who's 5, says when we have people over to watch football, we have to have Skyline dip.
Amen. Ann says, wings, queso dip, hot dogs wrapped in bacon with brown sugar. And she says, sorry, guys, but go Eagles. You have to apologize for that, Ann. You don't apologize for that at all. And by the way, the bacon and the brown sugar, get after it.
That sounds really good. Even. Tim says, this is easy. Besides chips and pretzels, I serve hanky-pankies made with cheddar.
There it is.
Pigs in a blanket made with cheddar-wurst. Chicken wings, Skyline chili dip served with nachos with melted cheddar cheese and jalapenos. We're coming to your house.
Yes, Tim, we like that. Kathy says it has to be wings. It's a staple for any football game party. Garlic parm is Kathy's preference when it comes to.
Do you have a wing favorite?
Not really. I like a good spicy wing, not a make me cry spicy or look how cool I am because I can eat this because it's so spicy.
So you got a look going on there. Your hair's kind of fluffed up.
Oh, it's fluffed up.
And then if you put that black thing back a little bit, like tape it on your neck a little bit with the blackout, you got like a cool choker. I'd wear that. No, that I would not do.
Boom.
Okay, but that could be a trend
Just
that you could
change
start.
the look altogether.
So are we going to go with
Super Bowl commercial? Right?
Okay.
You want me to? You explain. I'll post.
Okay. So in case you're just joining us, I don't know if you'll be back again after today. But, we hope you do because we have fun every day. But we do a post at the end of the show every day, and we want to involve you. So we're going to post on what has been your favorite Super Bowl commercial of all time, if you can remember, or whatever commercial you love or remember. Boom. We both love the car commercial with Volkswagen one with Darth Vader Kid.
Gosh, it was so good.
Clydesdale ones have been so good. Frogs.
Remember the What's Up guys with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah. All right, so let us know.
I got to take this off.
Yeah.
9 o'clock, Arc Cincinnati coming up after the break.
Avant-garde. Avant-Bob.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear. And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated.
One night, one stage, Billy Joel and Rod Stewart. Saturday, September 20th, one special evening at Paycor Stadium. Together for the first time ever in Cincinnati. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Saturday, September 20th. Don't miss Billy Joel and Rod Stewart.
Join us for the Local 12 Career and Education Job Fair, February 18th from noon to 3 p.m. Network, interview, and get insight into the job market. Plus, admission is free. The Local 12 Career and Education Job Fair, February 18th from noon to 3 p.m.
Looking for the best deals during tax season? Long's Furniture has everything you need with incredible deals, including bedrooms, living rooms, home offices, dining rooms, kids' bedrooms, mattresses, and more. Long's Furniture also offers free layaway, no credit needed financing, and same-day delivery, so you don't have to wait to start enjoying your new furniture. Create the perfect space without breaking the bank. Only at Long's Furniture.
Kroger is teaming up with Local 12 for the Super Bowl of Caring, supporting Free Store Food Bank. Help us tackle childhood hunger by rounding up at your next Kroger checkout or scan the QR code to donate. Let's end hunger. Donate to the Local 12 Super Bowl of Caring.
Oh. Good morning. I'm Jen Dalton.
I'm Sheila Gray.
I'm Aaliyah Hodges.
And I'm Bob Herzog. Thank you for joining us. Arc Cincinnati now at 9 o'clock. It's a hump day.
Hump day.
Over we
Cold
go.
one, too.
Yeah, let's talk at the tabletop.
Talking about money, a proposal by Governor Mike DeWine would double taxes on sports gaming. He wants to use some of it to pay for big sports projects like renovations at Paycor Stadium. Right now, the tax rate on live sports gambling is 20%. And Governor DeWine thinks it ought to be 40%. Hamilton County Commissioner Denise Driehaus says the county has been looking for the state to be a financial partner on stadium renovations for some time.
If we can carve out an amount for the Bengals for the stadium by way of the state part of the stack, then we can use that in the ongoing years. Maybe we can bond against it, and so it really helps us close that gap, and so we can do the renovations and the repairs.
Now, Driehaus says she's grateful for Governor DeWine making this proposal, but points out, of course, it has to get through the legislature. Here is some perspective on how much money we're talking about. Last year, the state of Ohio brought in more than $300 million in tax revenue just from sports books. Around 97% of it came from bets placed online. So when the governor